I sit here and I laugh at myself. The person I'm trying to become. Somebody that doesn't get distracted so easily. And yet I'm getting distracted so easily. It's a pain. It's a struggle. Every entrepreneur faces this. The pain of comfort versus the pain, well, not really any sort of pain. It's pain of discomfort or pain of comfort, which equals suffering in the long term. You suffer now, you achieve the reward later. But if you suffer, if you have the reward now, then you suffer later. So that's how life is. God is with me in everything that I do. There's a reason why I keep falling into these distractions. There's a reason why I'm here right now talking in this video. There's a reason why I have these fruitions of becoming a big business owner and doing amazing stuff. Me as a 19-year-old, I have to focus. I understand that there's so many little distractions, small distractions, and I feel like I'm extracting so much of my time, and I'm so used to, in the high school system, spend my entire time using all of that for schoolwork, and then afterwards the rest of the time is free time. My body is used to that system, and now I'm trying to break out where I basically do work and then do my own personal business work, which also includes my own personal work, which is developing the body, developing the mind, spirit, everything else. And then where does free time come along? Free time doesn't even exist. And that's when this happens, where I have this block of free time late at night. It's 3 a.m. and I have basically nothing to do. So what do? Well, it's enough. These past few times it's happened all the time at Publix, in the valet job, multiple times. So how do I overcome this? Well, I either sleep earlier or that free time is channeled into something else, something more productive. And I can find better free time in another spot that's actually much more productive for me to get things done while also not trying to burn out. People at work were saying that I'm experiencing burnout, and I'm trying to find within God to be able to be enlightened and to find a way to overcome this. Stress and worry and fear has long been forgotten. I'm now a new man within God. But now it seems like when it comes to relaxation, I don't know how to relax. My way of relaxing is either watching a movie or... It's funny, I don't know how to relax. Maybe that's another type of challenge that God is giving me. How do I relax as a man who's trying to self-improve? Do I relax by reading books? I get bored of reading books and I have to stay disciplined and I don't enjoy it. But at the same time, how would I relax? That is another question to be found out later on. Continuing on my journey, every day growing, becoming the best version of myself. Me and Pay in the Winner Circle, we're doing great stuff, doing more for the company. But God is first in all things. Number one. I'm gonna keep going. Don't stop. And I'm not gonna let the past overtake me. Because yes, I did mess up today. Not messing up. I didn't do drugs, I didn't do porn, I didn't do anything, drinking, anything, nothing else besides sitting down in watching a movie. I understand that it requires hard work to make a business actually run fully capable. What I'm trying to do here is nearly very hard. A small percentage of people ever succeed in what I'm doing. And I want to be one of those people that succeeds in it. And yet I decide to go and sit down and relax and watch a movie. And I feel upset with myself. But now that I'm making this video, I don't feel upset because this is including my work. This is something that a lot of people fall victim to, just like me. I'm documenting these personal videos, and honestly, I hate doing that because I hated that one video that I made where I was like saying, I hate this, everything sucks, deals are not funding, the loan sales, business is getting harder and harder, everything is just going to crap. I barely have any time to sleep. I have to wake up at like 5 a.m. to do morning workouts, and then afterwards I would stay up, leave work, and then stay the rest of the afternoon trying to focus on my business work and trying to keep up with it, trying to outreach as many people as I can. So many problems. But then again, what would the world be without problems? That's why as an entrepreneur, you solve those problems. Even if they're your own personal problems, we are problem solvers. Me, I'm an engineer. I solve problems. Whether it's math equations or whether it's figuring out a time to get a workout in when you have a busy schedule. So that's something. But first world problems, am I right? Let me think here. What else is there? I know I had a lot to speak on my mind. I'm basically talking freely, whatever comes up on my mind. These are like, I would say daily vlogs or whatever. And I don't even know if I'm gonna post these. I'm debating on not even posting them, but I guess to build a personal brand and to, show my authenticity, I might as well, post it. I don't know who's gonna watch this. Maybe a lot of people will hate me. Who knows? But if I receive hate, then it's something that God wants me to go through. And if I don't receive hate, then it's something that God is blessing me with. Either way, I win, because either I win or it's a lesson. So I must treat others respectably. I must be a better man, not just for my family, not just for my future, but for everybody else, the influence that I'm going to gain. Hopefully. That's, I'm not going to say like, oh yeah, I'm going to do it. It all happens, but with consistency. I'm planning on posting, making 2,000 videos. This one guy, he made a video every single day, 2,000 days, grew to 300,000 followers, making 200K a year. I think his name is Carver or whatever, but he's a great guy. I really like that guy. I think his name is Carver. He's part of the Kaizen project. I really admire him and what he's doing. Shout out to that guy. He's a G. But life itself can get hard sometimes. And sometimes you just want to sit down and do Netflix and chill. You always got to look at the bigger picture. And there are times to do it and there are times to not do it. But I say when you're trying to create an empire for yourself, those times are going to be very rare. Unless you're spending time with your mom that's sick, then yeah, do something that she would like for her, because you don't know when that time will end. This is my mom. She's awesome. I want to make her proud. I have to be better. Not just for myself, but for her and for God. Maybe this is why it happened tonight. I feel like I failed, but me putting myself down is another thing I wanted to say. Putting yourself down is not going to do anything. 100%, it's not going to do anything. Think about it. If you mess up, let's just say you masturbated like once, and you haven't done it in like months. You haven't done it in months, or maybe even years. And then you just do it once, and then you feel like, oh, dude, I messed up. I can't go outside. I can't do anything. Oh, dude, it's the end of the world for me. I screwed up. This is the person I am. No, you're not. No, you're not. I'm here to tell you that you're not what you did a second ago. You're not who you were a minute ago. You are who you are, what you think right now. What I think is, I am a young, capable individual who is creating an empire, who will become a millionaire very soon, and soon to be a billionaire. Developing myself, creating the body that I want to gain, achieve the things I always want to achieve. Perfect wife and perfect children, but nothing is perfect in this world, and everything has its flaws, but that's beautiful in their own way. You know, what is the point of living if you had no problems? Am I right? Gotta have problems. And what I'm trying to say is that when you do face up a problem, or when you feel like you've done something that you can never get yourself out of, that's never the case. God forgave. God changed people. Moses, he changed. He changed Paul. He changed Simon Peter. He changed David. He changed every single person in the Bible. What happened with them? They all changed. They all changed because they found God and they believed in him. And then afterwards, their character, their strength, they all relied on him. They became new with God. But they didn't look to the past. They didn't care what they did in the past. God forgave them for what they did in the past. And then they became something new, something better, and continue moving forward. That's what we must do. My quote, every time, I recite it every single time, but it's so true. The beauty of humans is that we can change. Whether it's physically, mentally, spiritually, financially, emotionally, every single aspect of life, we can change. And that can be through God. Because God is number one. We can change. So the person you were a couple seconds ago, before you clicked on this video, you can change that. You can change that person. Who says, who in their right mind? Nobody says you can't change. Nobody says that you can't become the person you want to become. Nobody says anything besides you. And yes, there might be haters. There might be people that say, oh yeah, what are you trying to do? Why are you trying to do that? Who are you trying to become? Oh, you'll never be that person. Who are they to say that? Because they're afraid of who you'll become. And another thing is that they won't believe that they can change themselves. So they're pushing their insecurities on you. And they don't want you to change because they don't want you to be better than them, because we live in a competitive society. It's all comparison. If you think about it, everybody, they always ask like, oh, what's your major? Where are you going to college? What are you doing? What is that? What is that? They only ask because they want to know if they're doing better than you or not. It's funny because every single person asks. And it's like, sometimes it's like a bad, you got nothing to really talk about. So then afterwards, you're like, hey, you know what? What's your major? What are you majoring in? Oh, I'm majoring in medical science. I'm gonna become a doctor. Oh, that's sweet. And then afterwards, they have like a pouty face because they're just like, man, dude, I'm doing like a business major. This guy's gonna be a doctor. He's gonna be making this amount. I'm gonna make it. Who cares? Who cares? Good for you. Good for you. You have your own desires. You have your own dreams. You have your own thing that you want to follow. I'm tired of this comparison, man. Like, come on. Stop comparing yourself to others. Become somebody that you just achieve the top. Achieve the top, dude. Just go all the way to the top. Don't even like care about what others like think or say or do. Just do it. Just become the person you want to become. It is right there for the taking. We live in a world where 15-year-olds are becoming millionaires because they, exploit a system that is made by these amazing people. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook, Instagram. Well, of course he bought Instagram, but like all these different platforms, TikTok, like Snapchat, Google, all these different places, all these different platforms. There's so many different platforms out there. Social media, everything. Just there's so many ways to be making money out there. And I'm not talking about like selling a course. I'm not talking about like people that just go on. No, just producing, giving value to others, doing something that will actually benefit the other person. I mean, even if it is selling a course, at least be legit, not like some crappy course that you just take off of somebody else online. No, like a legit course where you're actually teaching them high value skills that will actually either produce them what they want, like an achieved outcome. Maybe they want to achieve a better physique and you release a course on like bodybuilding. That's perfectly fine. Honestly, I like that better than money making courses because in money making courses, usually sometimes they don't work. And it sucks because then you waste your money and then you're like, I want to make more money. And then you don't end up making more money. But in the end, you might still learn a high value skill. You'll never know. So it's not always a waste of money. And honestly, you have one life to live. So why not take the risk and why not invest in yourself? I've invested in multiple courses and I actually earned quite a few bucks back, more than those courses. So yeah, it's amazing. 17 minutes long. Dude, I don't even know who's gonna watch this video all the way through. Only the real ones are gonna watch it all the way through, honestly. I already know. But the world we live in is just so... The fact that we just, the comparison game. Who cares about the comparison game? Achieve, become the best. Don't even care what other people are doing. Because then you'll be caught into the trap. And then afterwards you're like, oh, he's becoming a job as a doctor. So now let me, become a job as a doctor as well. Let me also do the same thing. Or maybe let me try to get something better. Maybe let me become a corporate lawyer. Maybe let me try to get a better job than him. And then next thing you know, it might be something that you actually never even had a passion for, but you just wanted to beat somebody that you slightly cared about, and they don't really care about you. And it's funny, dude. It's just, come on now. The world we live in, man. High status. What does it mean to be high status as an individual? There's so many things that make you a high status man. So many. Money, fame, glory, the physique, the build, the strength, the courage, the charisma. Just everything about a man. But truly, who he is deep down. Who is he to the Lord, God, the creator of the entire world? Who is he? Does it not matter if you're looked highly among men, but then not looked highly among God? Is God not the center of your being? I'm just saying. God is the center. God should be the center, the first and the Omega. I give my life, I give everything for God. I don't care if I end up dying the worst death ever. I don't care if I end up being the worst ever, being looked down upon men. But I'd rather be looked down upon men and viewed highly by God than the other way around. And I'll still try to achieve the best that I can within myself, but not only for man, but for God. That is the type of person that I am. That is my message. So I covered a lot of topics today, I know. But problems, you're not going to change by looking back at them. You're only going to change if you do something about it now. The person you are right now is the person you are right now. You can change in a matter of seconds. You could say, okay, I'm done with this addiction. I'm done with doing this. I'm done doing that. Boom. You say you're done and you stop doing it. You keep going. Become the person that you want to become. Develop the good habits. Destroy all the bad habits. Only good habits. Key to self-improvement. Then afterwards, your habits define who you are, of course. Then the comparison, where basically, it would change. Your change is also going to include comparison, a lot of comparison against others. It doesn't matter, because in the end, it is between you and God. It's between you and God. Yourself included. You and God. Achieve what you want to achieve, not what others want to put on you. Become something that nobody thought you would ever be. I'm going to be the best entrepreneur that I can be for God. And I'm going to do it for you guys as well. Whoever watches this video probably is going to get 5 views, but who cares? Because God is with me. And I know that today I messed up and I watched a movie when I should have been working. But here I am. This is work to me because I'm actually doing something that's actually productive. Saying my thoughts out loud to you guys to then afterwards reflect back on me. And I'm going to be watching this video over and over again to kind of see where I can improve in my vagina. I'm walking around the house. I always walk around the house, but that's it's so easy to talk when you walk. I don't know, maybe I have ADHD, but that's the way it is. Continue moving forward. Change. I think I'm learning from this mistake. I need to find better ways of relaxation. Because when I'm living in a nice penthouse or a nice house, I don't want to be stuck. I want to keep moving forward. Keep going with God. Keep going for everything else. But mostly God. And only God. There's nothing really. I always talk about change. But it's true. Beauty of humans is that we can change. With God, everything is possible.